Hi, this is Nick from Elite Outdoor Fitness, and this video blog is about principles of diminishing return to a certain extent, but how it affects your emotional state. The imbalance of like chemicals in your system, which then kind of brings on negativity, lack of motivation, self-confidence, and to an extent like anxiety, frustration, depression, and that kind of darker cloud that can kind of envelop some people. And when I say some people, it's normal and it's very common. If you're progressing correctly, you'll probably get to this state a number of times each year. But the key is to capture it before it happens, so that you can bound off of that and not actually get into that high highs and low low state. Is actually get to like 95% of your high state, drop down a little bit, and then recapture it as you go back up again. Okay? Principles of diminishing return, whether it's over 4 weeks or whether it's over 20 weeks, is a steady increase depending on how long you've got to train, or progression in load. And after a period of time, you're just going to start to plateau, and you're not really going to be making any more benefits. And at that time, because you're shocking all your systems and making adaptations through that loading phase, when you get to that level, you won't be shocking and taxing your body as much as you think you are, and so therefore your body hasn't got that shock and awe effect on your systems, and so your chemicals such as like human growth hormone and testosterone that you've got in bundles when you're 18 years old but diminish as you get older, fortunately for us, as we train and shock the body, they're naturally increased, and that's really going to help in your in making you feel really positive and motivated and passionate about what you're wanting to do, and it's going to facilitate you looking really good and you actually kind of recovering quicker from the previous sessions. So when you're plateauing and that all starts to diminish, that's a kind of an area that you want to stay clear of. Here at Elite Outdoor Fitness, we try and capture that beforehand in all of our training programs and in our teachings with you, so you can capture it before, you can deload, so that you're mitigating against kind of that big drop off in those hormones, let alone everything else, so that you can then bound back up steadily, and after a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, depending on how long your training kind of curve is, you can then bound back up to that baseline, which is normally your previous kind of high level of fitness that people have a tendency to bound off of on, and then you can project further up, which is why Elite Outdoor Fitness are very successful in getting people to bound off of those baselines and go a little bit further each time. Getting older, but getting fitter and stronger, and that's what it's all about. Most people have a tendency to train and train and train and train, and they hit that plateau state, something comes up and stuck in their lives, like what's going on at home, or emotional kind of stress at work, or a mixture of everything, and they come straight off the training, and then they end up not training for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Fitness is about a journey. It's a lifelong journey. It's about being healthy and balanced, and that's really important. We all want to go and kind of do well in that race. We all want to push ourselves and do well, and that's why if we've got that attitude a little bit and we're really kind of excited about training, it's very tempting and very easy to get to that plateaued state. So capture it beforehand. It's about enjoying the journey. It's about trying to keep those balances within your body. And so make sure that before you plateau, you kind of bound back down again and look after yourself and enjoy it, so that you can continue on for the rest of your life rather than plateauing and then dropping off your training completely. This will help all of your emotional states, and it will stop you having those big lows. It will stop you from going into the depths of kind of a bit of dark and gloom and depression and anxiety and frustration. Okay, it's quite normal, and I've trained people all my life, and it's very, very normal for people that are progressing correctly to get to that state if they continue training for too long. So just take that on board. It's worth a thought. It's worth just kind of acknowledging it and listening to this post. You understand how your body is going to be progressing forward into that state eventually, because if you know that it's coming, then you can manage it better. Thanks for listening, and I hope this helps.